Hello, it's Glamstract here. Another video, another review. And today's review is about Guerlain. I have here two products from their collection, L'Or Primer and the Terracotta Light Bronzer. Just before I skip through to this product review, please follow me on my Instagram if you want. You can find me there at Glamstract, where I share makeup looks every now and then, and also more insight about products that I share here on my YouTube. These are the products outside of their boxes. I have used this primer now on and off for about 2 weeks. I only have my skincare down, my usually Origins Mago Mushroom line. I haven't popped any primer on, even though I know you're not gonna be able to see like what a primer looks like, but I can tell you at least how it felt throughout the day. I did take some notes about this primer because I wanted to, read it to you in details, because I know it's not easy to talk about a primer as much as a foundation, because a foundation you can have at least a visual representation, while when it comes to primers it's more like, how does it feel? Does it work? Does it last? So it's a hydrating, soothing gel. It's glowy and supple. I do want to mention their scents, because it is a fragranced primer. I believe all of the Guerlain products are fragranced, because I think the actual brand itself starts and is the most popular for their perfumes. It's like a perfume house. Everything you'll find in Guerlain, I think it has quite recognizable scents in it. The floral scent, the first note is peach, then the rose and raspberry and jasmine heart, powdery base of balsamic, benzoin and white musk. These are the scents that you can find in the primer itself. And I do have to agree with, they talk about feeling hydrating and also glowy and supple. I'm not sure about smoothing. Yes, it does a good job in drying, but to me it feels more like a gel moisturizer more than a primer. But with that said, it does make my foundation last all day long. It's more for I believe, the normal to dry skin. Don't get me wrong, also a combination to oily skin, I feel like can use this primer and benefits from the hydration. But I feel like if you're more dry, you will enjoy this even more, because it is more like a hydrating, glowier primer. Just for your info, my skin type is a normal to combo skin. I fit just right, even though I'm in that combo zone, so I do tend to get oily in my T-zone throughout the day. The nice and particular thing about this primer is that it does have, I'm sure you can see slightly, or also pictures online, it has real gold flakes inside. In fact, it is a little bit expensive. Money worth? I don't know, but definitely a very good primer. Today's I am going to use the Guerlain L'Essentiel foundation, which is, I have a review of this foundation here on my YouTube channel, and the link will just pop on top here in a second if it's not here already. Enough of me talking about the primer, let's just slap it on the face. And yeah, on the website it does advise to apply just one pump on the back of your hand and apply it with your finger from the inward outward your face, just using this motion. I definitely can smell the scent. If you are sensitive to fragrance, I'm not sure how well this primer is going to sit on your skin. It might cause a little bit of irritation, but I am not 100% sure. I haven't read a lot of reviews about, skin irritation or anything like that. It feels so refreshing on the skin. Primer applied, of course you can't tell because it's a cream, but can you see the glow on the skin? How gorgeous. And because it's a gel consistency, not like a milky one, it's definitely not too greasy on the skin. It just feels like it sinks into the skin and it feels just great. On the website, it does advise to wait a couple of seconds before applying your foundation. And it does also say, if you want like a more natural, radiant foundation, to apply a pump of that primer into your foundation. Now, I was trying to read online, like, can you put the primer down first and then another pump of primer into your foundation? Or do you just use the primer and foundation together without applying primer first? I couldn't find anything like that, so I just figured out what I'm gonna do. I just apply primer and then I'll put half pump of the primer and a full pump of the foundation and mix it together and see if that gives me an extra glow to the skin, even though this is already a glowy foundation. And it does specifically tell you to put it in the palm of your hand this time when it comes to foundation. 1 pump of this foundation here, just half pump of this inside. I'm gonna take this Morphe brush, M124 is like a very thin brush to mix the primer with the foundation, and then I will apply all over my face. Just making a cocktail over here. This is the foundation applied. I totally agree with the Guerlain website. You know, put a pump of the L'Or Primer inside of your foundation and look how much glowier instantly your foundation will look. If you have more like a combo to oily skin, this might be way too much glow in the skin, and I understand why you would panic. But if you have a normal skin or drier skin and suddenly you see yourself with this glorious glow on top of your skin, you will be extremely pleased. I mean, let's be totally honest. Do you need such a pricey primer to do this? Probably not, because I'm sure you can find similar primers out there that are definitely on the cheaper side. I'm gonna go very quickly off camera, powder my face very slightly because I don't want to lose this glorious glow, and come back and talk to you about the bronzer. I'm back, so powder applied all over my face. As you can see, my skin looks more mattified right now, but I didn't apply too much powder where I still wanted that gorgeous glow to come through the powder and foundation. If you're wondering what powder I've used the Too Faced Primed Poreless Skin Smoothing Powder. Now onto bronzer, and we have here the Terracotta Light Bronzer, the Sun-Kissed Healthy Glow Powder, light and long-lasting. When it comes to Guerlain, I think of perfumes, but when you say to me, what about makeup? I think of their bronzers. I don't know, I feel like Guerlain is iconic for their bronzers. And I've been using this as long as the primer, about 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks maybe. This is what the powder looks like. I mean, first of all, aesthetic-wise, gorgeous. It has a scent, even the powders has the scent. And as soon the stores will reopen, I'm going back to a Guerlain counter and I'm gonna say, do you know this powder? Do you know the smell that has? Do you have a perfume version of it? Because I want it. It's so good. So good. I could stay here all day and just like... Okay, stop. Let's back to the video. Sorry. So I have 02 Neutral Rose, which is basically neutral cool, and it's Terracotta Light, the Healthy Glow Powder. Brilliant. It is so seamless on the skin. It is so it melts on the skin almost as you don't know where it starts and you don't know where it finishes. It's like that sort of powder where you feel like, oh my god, what do you have on? It's gorgeous, and also it gives a little, very slight hint of glow. To be honest, I almost don't see it because some of the brown colors has a slight sheen to it that it doesn't release much. And I just swirl it around and just dab the excess off, and I just like start put it on. I mean, you know how to apply bronzer. I'm not here to teach you how to apply bronzer. It's just for the purpose of this video. I want to show you how gorgeous this bronzer is. I mean, look how natural. So natural, super natural. Like, tell me where it starts, tell me where it ends. You can't tell. This is powder applied now all over my face. I have nothing to add. I feel like I've told you anything. You don't want to hear me saying gorgeous for the 100th times. It's just so beautiful that honestly I can stop talking about it and I can stop looking and smelling at the powder as well. So good. I'm gonna go very quickly off camera and do the rest of my face, and I'll come back and give you my final thoughts, even though I feel like I give you already all my final thoughts already, but see you shortly. And I'm back, so yeah, this is the final result. I just didn't want to get too excited, so I just kept it very simple. I just got like literally like a brown eyeliner, which, by the way, when it comes to eyeliner, I love to use powder products. And I've used these Morphe powder. This is the 90, and I use this shade right in the middle, this very dark brown, which I've managed to create this sort of cat eyeliner. I've used my usual Volume de Chanel mascara, the usual brow MVP by Fenty for my eyebrows. For highlighter, I skipped blush. I forgot about it. I was like, for highlighter, I've used this Stila All Over Shimmer Duo in shade Kitten. It's very pretty highlight. As you can see, it's very subtle, but still give you that beautiful luminosity. And for my lips, I've used the Household Laboratories. This is the shade L'Oreal Lip Gloss in Attitude. But we're here for the L'Or Primer and the Terracotta Bronzer, of course. What can I say? These are beautiful, beautiful products. The primer does exactly what the description says. Very hydrating, very luminous. Smoothing, I would say 50-50. I wouldn't give 100% on the smoothing effect, but definitely beautiful. I followed what the website suggested of mixing it with your foundation, and I totally agree. It gives you a beautiful the extra glow when you mix this one with your foundation. And then of course the Terracotta by Guerlain, this beautiful neutral cool shade that I've picked. Oh, I still can't get over the scent. It's a beautiful scent. It gives a beautiful seamless bronzer application that it looks just right. It doesn't look too heavy. It's very natural. If you want that natural sun-kissed look, this is a beautiful bronzer for it. And here we conclude today's review. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you find it helpful. Let me know in the comment down below, and if you ever tried any of these products, or if you wish to try, if you have any questions, let me know. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. But also if you didn't like it, give it a thumbs up as well, because why not? Let's spread the love. And also follow me on my social media. You can find me there at Glamstract. While you're here on YouTube, why don't you just subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want. Thank you so much for watching once again, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. Bye.